This is Overtime, a weekly moment of off-the-cuff commentary on everything from sports and politics to observations about everyday life from NFL All-Pro Carl Lee. Welcome to Overtime.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl Lee from Let's Talk, and I'm here to do one of my overtime sessions where it's just me, just sitting around, just chatting about the latest news. I think everybody's probably seen on Facebook, Marshall got rid of quite a few of their offensive staff, and I think a linebacker coach as well. And I've seen on Facebook a lot of comments, talking about, possibly should be the head coach, all that kind of stuff. And I've made a couple of posts that stated, either we are or we aren't when it comes to a Marshall fan. And I don't play anymore, so I'm a fan. Actually, oddly enough, I have all my Marshall stuff on today. I don't know. One of the questions that I don't think any of us can answer is, when a team loses, when a team doesn't play well, who do you blame? I mean, I think everybody knows who the blame goes to, and rightfully so. Goes to the head coach. He's the top of the ladder, and so he ultimately becomes the corporate of the cause. He holds all of that blame. One of the things, though, I think that what we as fans don't understand is we don't know the answers to those questions. And we post things as though we do know, and we know justifiably who should be fired and who, and when they should be fired. But do we? Because if that's the case, like, what are you making it on? Because you got a season ticket and you've seen all the games, and so you watch Coach Huff coach. Do you watch the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator? Do you know the calls that they make? Or who's even making the calls? Like, and my purpose here today is to kind of get you to just stop for just a second. And this is not just Marshall, but because of the firing and because of all the heated conversation about the head coach and his staff and all that kind of stuff, I thought it would be important to mention it, because we really, like, are we fans thick and thin, or are we when things are good, and if I heard somebody also said on Facebook today, they were talking about the bowl game. It's not a true bowl game. Well, there's been, for years and years now, there's been 100 bowls created. And every school that goes to one of those bowls are happy. How are we as fans going to be upset because because we didn't go to the Orange Bowl? We didn't go to the Rose Bowl? I don't know if those are doable for us at this point. But at bowl, we're not happy at a bowl. I had a very personal conversation with somebody deep inside of Marshall's program, and we had a conversation and was talking about this situation with the coaches that were let go. And I feel comfortable in saying that I think that, the coaching staff itself, maybe that some things that we don't see on the outside may have been, difficult. There may have been some difficulties between personalities and those types of things. It could, any types of things like that we don't know. And because of that, that may very well be a reason to cut specific people from the staff. Maybe. Again, I'm throwing that out there as a potential thought, because what I want us to do, we brag about we are, and yet we find ourselves as spoiled fans because, my coach, Pruitt, his team, Pennington, Moss, and that crew, built a structure where we believe that we play for championships. Great slogan, love it. But I don't know if it can hold true throughout every year. Someone could make the case that Alabama plays for championships, right? And, they win a lot. They don't win every year. But the goal is to play for championships. And I think that's the meaning of the statement than that we do play for championships every year. We can look at that in a couple different ways. And I think what it means is our goal, Marshall's goal, the goal of the head football coach is to win championships. And I can trust you, and if you've watched Coach Huff on the sidelines, I am sure that his goal is to want to win a championship. That's for sure. A bowl game with our record, it's no different than a lot of other bowl games. There are going to be teams with worse records than ours that are going to be in a bowl game. So we're not happy. We're dissatisfied. We're uncomfortable. We don't like it. I don't know if you can make the case, and don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. Like I critique too. I critique too. So I'm talking to myself as well. But if we're going to be, we are, then we need to be, we are. Let the coaches coach, the players play, and let the administration, the sports administration, president, let them do what they do. And let us, our role is to go cheer our team on, win, lose, or draw. We don't get to fire anybody. Like if you've never coached and you coach a bad team, which I have had that opportunity to coach at West Virginia State when they were not winning and we had no budget, and people blame you, and that's okay. Coaches have big shoulders. But if the community is not part of it, then part of the problem has to be we all have to get together. We all have to be part of it. We all have to consume. We have to consume the good and the bad. We have to live in the good and the bad. Because if we don't, then we're front running. We're all Marshall. We're all green when we're winning, and then we're the head coach blame when we're losing. I think the football team looked as good as it has looked for most of the year. I think the offense looked really good, but I am certain that there's going to be changes. There are going to be needed changes to that offense to make it better. Simply because I think the coaches understand that. I think Coach Huff is aware of what changes need to be made, as he's made changes already. But if you don't have faith in the head, then I think we ourselves as fan base are going to be more critical. I just wish we could, and I'll close on this, I wish we could just come in and cheer for our team, cheer for our coaches, understand the time and effort that they put in. And yes, they do get paid well. But they're getting paid well for the time and the commitment that they have to put in. And so I I just want us as Marshall fans to simply realize if we're going to be we are, then we are Marshall. We're going to do that. Got to be that. We can't say it. We can't use it as a slogan if we don't want to be it. I'm hoping to have Coach Pruitt on the show next week. If everything goes well, I'll have him and maybe a couple guys from former players from Marshall. So tune in and to Let's Talk with Carl Lee on Monday. And hopefully we'll have a group of Marshall folks and we'll talk about it, and you may get some more information from there. All right, I am out. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.
The opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of WVRC Media, its management, employees, or sponsors. Contact Carl Lee on email, letstalkcarllee@gmail.com, or text 409-422-7539.